This video is not meant to teach you how to create embroidery lettering. It is only meant to show you the versatility and utility of using stock embroidery lettering. It is important to note the tools I will use in this demonstration will be duplicated in some fashion in all commercial-grade digitizing packages. Let's go ahead and get started with the basics. First off, let's create some letters. This is about as basic as it can get. All block letters on a straight line. It's pretty boring stuff, but let's see what we can do with it. The most obvious tool is changing the lettering style. Not all lettering styles support upper and lower case. Notice here, when I change the lettering style, case sensitivity is also applied. Once we have our lettering, we can stretch it on any axis. In this case, I'm going to stretch it by its width, then I'm going to stretch it by its height, then I'm going to grab a corner and I'm going to constrain the lettering and shrink it globally. Then I'm going to grab that same corner, constrain it, and scale it up larger. Once we have lettering on the screen, we can do quite a bit with it. But the utility of lettering really comes into play when we combine it with a design. In this case, I'm going to open a smiley face and I'm going to add some basic lettering. How about don't worry. As soon as we enter the lettering, you'll notice that it's too big. So the first thing that we need to do is scale the lettering down. 0.40 or just under ½ an inch should be just about right for this design. The next thing that I'm going to want to do is place this design on an arch so it more closely matches this design. Now that we have the lettering on the arch, let's move it a little bit closer to the design, grab the lettering handle, and adjust the arc of the lettering so it more closely matches the circle. That looks pretty good. Now the next thing that we want to do is copy this lettering, paste it, and then drag it below the design so we can add some more lettering to it. You'll notice here that once we do this, the lettering is going the wrong way though. So we want to change this to counterclockwise lettering. And then we're also going to want to change the angle that the lettering enters the design to 180 degrees. Once we apply this, the lettering will be in the right direction. We're getting pretty close to having a completed design. If you look closely though, you'll see that there's still connector stitches between many of the letters in this design. That means your operators are going to have to manually trim those threads out. That's expensive and it's no fun. I'd rather let the machine do the work. So I'm going to adjust the auto trim length to 20 points and I'm going to apply it. You'll notice now that the connector stitches are gone. We're getting very close now to having a completed design. The last thing I really want to do is change the bottom letters to be happy. You'll notice that once I make this change, I don't have to change anything else because the arc has already been set. Everything looks really good here. The most important thing to remember is there are at least 100 different ways to get to the same finish line when creating a design like this. I have taken several shortcuts and we have not spoken a word about the settings required for quality embroidery. We will talk about that in the next video. If anyone has any questions, feel free to email me steve.freeman@qdigitizing.com. Thank you very much.